Hey guys, Kellen here. Today I am doing a updated K-pop shelf tour and I am super excited. If you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, I recently decided to downsize my collection, and if this is your first video of me seeing my collection, you're probably like, sis, where? But I promise that I recently did let go of quite a few groups. So today we're going to go through what my shelves look like now, because I did a shelf tour back in February, I think, and it looks very different. I have also gotten a new shelf since I filmed that shelf tour, and I did film myself like setting up that shelf, but I haven't actually shown it like on a shelf tour. So I told you guys on Twitter and Instagram that I was planning on reorganizing everything after I kind of took off all of the groups that I've decided to not collect anymore and to support digitally instead of physically. Yeah, if you want to compare it to like what it used to look like, I'll go ahead and link that video from February. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have been collecting albums for about 10 years now, so I have a lot of stuff, a lot of really random stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So this is my first shelf. As you can see, there have been a couple of changes. This is pretty consistent. I haven't really found another way to set up this shelf. So up here we have, sorry, I'm holding a tripod. I'm gonna do this vlog style for the most part. So up here we have my two uchiwas of WOLO and Changyun from the We Are Here tour. I also have a bunch of larger items from Super Junior, Infinite, and Monsta X. They are my 3 male ultimates. So yes, all of the, I don't know how to show you this, if there is a way to show you this, but I promise behind the uchiwas there are the large LP size Japanese singles from Monsta X and Super Junior. I have both of them up there, and Korean albums for Super Junior. Anything that is like LP size is behind the uchiwas. I wish there was a better way to show this off, but I don't have one currently. There's a ton of stuff up here. I have some star card packages for Infinite and Super Junior. I've got Infinite's live CD there, Infinite She's Back single, Super Junior's photo books, tons of stuff. But like I said, that's been pretty consistent. This next shelf is Super Junior. So they are my oldest male ult. They are also like the group I have ulted for the longest, that I still collect. So over here we have everything that is this size. So Mr. Simple, Acha. I won't go through every single album, but you can kind of see here what is here. And then I have my play and replay and pause albums here. And then larger Super Junior items. I have Donghae's I Think You limited edition here. And behind that, I obviously did not remove the film from both sides. I couldn't get it off, so I just like, yeah. And then, yes, more Super Junior albums there. I don't really store my Super Junior albums in a particular order. I used to do, oh my gosh, I like can't get this back up. I used to do, literally help. I used to do like size order, and then I didn't really care as much. As you can see down here, I really kind of care, not really. So this is just the rest of my Super Junior collection that didn't fit on the previous 2 shelves. So I have some more D&E stuff. I have their 9th album there, Timeless, Donghae and Eunhyuk's About You singles, our mini album, and then the Kino for Danger, and the limited edition of, is this? Okay. Oh my gosh. One more time. So yes, this is kind of where everything stays. I know that D&E have a second Kino, the black version, but I don't like Kino albums. So SM does this like multiple Kino album thing for D&E's next comeback, which is supposedly in August, and I'm so freaking excited because Donghae is one of my male ultimates and I freaking love D&E. They're my favorite Super Junior subunit. If they have multiple Kinos, I probably will try to get them, but for Danger, I just like wasn't feeling it, so I got one Kino album with Donghae's photo card and I called it good. This is my Infinite collection. This isn't too different in terms of content. If you don't know, most of Infinite are in the military currently. Sungyu got discharged in January. We have Sungyeol coming back and Dongwoo coming back soon, but most of Infinite are going to be in the military for the majority of 2020. We don't have much change here. Really haven't bought anything Infinite in quite a while, but I used to kind of stack these on top of each other, but I decided to kind of spread things out a little more again because I felt it was looking a little too cluttered. I kind of wanted to do that with this too, and it just like didn't work. So yes, I have all of their albums that are this size up to Infinite F, and then I don't really have any order. I kind of have like the 2 repacks together. Infinite H, the other best subunit ever. We have 2 Heart, and then all of Wooyeon's albums, and then all of Sungkyu's albums, all their albums that are this size. Then we go into Japanese. There isn't any like real order to this. There probably should be, but yeah. And then this is just the rest of my Infinite collection. So I have L's Bravo Beautiful there. Hoya's album, I decided to keep Hoya with the rest of my Infinite stuff when he left Infinite. And then my 3 copies of Top Seed. I have, I don't know if I really want to pull these out to show them to you, but I have Sungyeol, Wooyeon, and the group. Then I have my OT7 signed New Challenge album. So there's a glare, but that is what it looks like. I bought this back when Hoya left Infinite. Not quite sure the legitimacy of these signatures, but they look very accurate, so yes. And then as you can see, I also have Red Velvet over here. Red Velvet have like an interestingly small collection, but not really. They just have like a lot of small albums. So I have everything here. For all of my limited editions, I have Wendy. So, or like these versions are not all limited editions, but yes, I have Wendy. Then I have the Finale album over here. And then I have Rookie back there, and then I did buy the new Silverine album, but I just unboxed it yesterday, so it's not here yet, not on the shelf yet, but that will go here too. I feel like Red Velvet is a collection that grows slowly enough that I can like, that just like will take a while to expand, and this is not really doing anything for a while. So I felt like this was a good place to put them, because I moved things. There's that. Then we move down to the bottom shelf. This, can I like place this down? This used to be Monsta X, and now it holds A-Pink and After School again. They are my 2 female ultimate groups. Long story short, Monsta X outgrew this. Well, I'll kind of explain it more later, but I wanted to move Monsta X to the other shelf, so I switched A-Pink and After School over here. Neither of these collections are super fast growing either, so I just felt like putting them here was a good idea. Also, I can always use like part of the Red Velvet Infinite shelf if I feel necessary, but yes, I moved them here because yeah, and I kept it in like the rainbow format. I don't do that for all of my groups, but I mean, because I like to be able to find things, and I just like the way that the rainbow looks because honestly, they're one of my most colorful groups, A-Pink, so yes, I like to do that. So that is it for this shelf. I've had this shelf since I was like a child, so I don't know where it came from, where I got it. I did ask my parents once where they got it, and they like don't remember, so I have no idea. So yeah, then we come over here, and then this is my desk over here, and then we have my other shelf. So let me do this. The reason why it is like this, like I really want to put something here, is because of this window. I do like to keep my windows open during the day because I am a plant and I like lots of sunlight all the time. So yes, but I do want to put something here, like a storage container or something there. Anyways, this is an overview of this shelf. So lots of changes were made here. Sometimes I store boxes over here. Lots of changes were made here. The first thing is we have all of my Ultimate light sticks up here. And then also there's this Sistar album I have that I like don't know what to do with. I kind of want to get rid of it, but I really like it. And so it's just like sitting up there for a minute. It used to be on this shelf with my A-Pink After School stuff. And now BTS is here, obviously. So yes, so we have all of my Ulta light sticks. I have both the Monsta X's, both the Super Juniors, A Pink's second light stick, and Infinite's second light stick, because my first one is over here and I kind of like the way it looks here, so I didn't feel like moving it. And then my top shelf here has BTS, and BTS are my second favorite boy group. I had them in like on this shelf, which we'll go over, but I really wanted to move Monsta X to like the two best lit shelves in my room, which are those two. So I did scoop BTS up here, but I feel like it still looks super pretty up here. And yes, so as you can see, I have all of their Korean discography up here, except somebody called me out on Instagram saying these were out of order and I never ended up fixing it. So maybe let's do that real quick. So I fixed it. They're all in order now. And then Map of the Soul 7 I know is out of order. Version 4 is in the front, but that is my favorite cover, so that's why I keep that one in the front. And then BTS World just kind of like chills over here. Oh, this is out of order too. Don't ask me why I have wings at the end. Don't know. I like the way Wings looks at the end, but I only have 2 copies of Wings. Oh my gosh, I can't do this right now. I can't get it back in, but I will fix it. So yeah, that is the BTS shelf. Can we talk about, though, I noticed as I was switching things, how Pledit or Big Hit used the same pink thing as Pledis used to use for their albums, their pink albums, and look at this color. Oh, so sad. Oh, so sad. But what am I gonna do, like hide the spines? I'm sad about that. Anyways, moving down here, we have my Monsta X shelves, so let me just show you both of them, and then I will go a little more in depth into them. So really what continues to inspire me to switch my albums around is the fact that they release too much stuff. So as you can see, I have all 4 signed albums here. I have my OT7 signed Rush album, my WOLO signed Rush album, my OT7 signed Take 2 album, and then my Kihyun signed Fantasia album. Originally, I wanted to do my WOLO and Kihyun signed albums in the middle and then like this one on the outside, but it just looked weird. I sent a picture to my group chat and they were like, yeah, so did not do that. But let me move my signed albums and we'll look at everything behind here. I have Trespass, my 2 Shine Forever albums, Rush, The Clan, Beautiful, which these are in order because I took them out the other day because we were talking about Beautiful. This isn't even gonna be in the right, oh my gosh. Reorganize my albums with me while I film a shelf tour. Boo, boo, boo. They were in order at one point. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, The Code. Both of these are 1.0 versions. The Connect, all 4 versions. Literally making sure everything's in order now. We have it Take 1 and Take 2, which these are not in order. Just ignore that. This is my holder for my Tutocom OT7 keyring thing because I'm low-key a hoarder and can't get rid of things like that. And then I have my World Tour DVDs, so the Connect World Tour, and then the We Are Here in Seoul, the DVD and the Kino album, and then my 2 photo books, the Minhyuk and Kihyun one, and then the Picnic in Monbebe World one. And I do have their new photo books coming in August, plus a 1.0 fan site photo book, so I'm super excited. And then down here, we have, this is my slogan. I was going to use it at the concert this year, but that's not happening. So I decided to use it here. And then where do I want to start here? So I have their larger Japanese discography. So Phenomenon, Peace, and then the Picnic DVD, which was the last like OT7 thing that they released last year. I usually don't buy their Japanese DVDs, but had to buy that one because it had all 7 on it. And then here are my American albums. So I have all of the member versions and then all of the deluxe versions. Probably the only person in the world who has all of them because that unboxing was interesting. And then my Follow Kino. And then I have 7 copies of Follow because I have every member's photo book. So you can just kind of briefly see that I have everyone's photo book. So yes. And then my 4 Fantasia albums. Not that I only have 4, but like the 4 I display. And then my 1.0 calendar, which today's the first day of August, so I'm gonna have to switch this. And then my Babygum little standy thing, Kihyun string from his Fantasia tag, and then WOLO Follow album, and then my Fantasia Kino is back there. Next we have another change in the shelves. So I decided to move IZ*ONE in here. They are not an old group, but NB is my old female bias right now, and I felt weird that, like, I don't know, that they weren't in this room. I moved a couple of groups out. I still have SHINee in here, mostly because I feel like IZ*ONE's going to be a quick growing collection, and SHINee, actually Taemin's making a comeback, and I'm going to buy that album, so yes, I'm super excited for Taemin's comeback, but I'm going to have to adjust this shelf though, because we're at the top there, assuming it's the same format as his past albums, but it's SM, you never know. Yes, I have all of my Bloom Eyes albums here, 2 Color Eyes albums. Neither of them have NB CD play actually still, so yeah. And then my Hard Eyes albums, I believe one of these is NB and the other one I haven't traded for yet. Shall we look together? So this one is NB, and then this one might be a group version still. Yes, it is the group version. Okay, so I still need NBs for that, but that's okay. I will get that eventually. And then my Bloom Eyes albums and my One Iric Diary albums. And then my 17 light stick sits here. My A Pink calendar, which also need to switch this because it is now, wrong way. It is now August. I will do this one because my 101 will knock things over, but oh, pretty. I need to buy her new album still. And then my SHINee collection, minus the jewel case size things. So yes. And then 17 moved down here. I really didn't want to move 17. I don't like this bottom shelf. I really didn't want to move 17 down here, but I don't know. Somebody has to be at the bottom of the shelf. But yeah, so this is my 17 collection, including my, somebody messaged me and was like, how did you get a white version of that? Aren't those supposed to be pink? Yeah, it's supposed to be pink. It's the same thing as those BTS albums I was talking about earlier. Whatever that like pink is, like this feels like it's the same material as like the Persona album, so I'm not sure why pink color like won't stay on those albums, like why Sun gets rid of it. But anyways, I have all of 17's albums. And then I have their Japanese albums here. I started collecting those recently. And then my, those bags are so ugly. And then my 2 slogans from when I saw them in concert in January. So yes, that is it for this shelf. We're not gonna look at my room because it's messy, but this isn't really part of my shelves, but I did want to show you that this is where I keep my Tutokom plushies on my bed. So yeah, I just finished filming and realized I never showed you this. So next to the infamous giraffe costume, yes, I still have it. I think I want to wear it for Halloween again this year just because I need some like good memories in it. But anyways, this is my jewel case shelf. I have thoughts of moving this shelf like over next to my other white shelf, like getting a white version of this or painting this, one of the two, and moving it out into my room. But I think that having a ton of jewel cases just makes things look super cluttered, so that's why it lives in my closet. But these are just all of my jewel case albums for everyone that I collect. So if we went through a group and you were like, where the heck are the jewel case albums for this, a couple groups are still here that I have not removed yet. But yes, so this is where I keep all my jewel cases and jewel case size things so that they don't clutter up the rest of the shelves. I don't know how to show you this without showing you my face, but this is where I keep the rest of my signed albums. Still, I do need more stands. Lots and lots of signed albums here. So a couple of my faves from this room are this one, and then I really love my Hyuk signed one, and then this Cross Jean one, and this Madtown one. Love those. And that BAP one. Amazing. Oh, and then I have Jaewon too. I love how this looks. Anyways, moving on. This is the last shelf. So some slight changes have been made here, nothing too crazy. So I have my Luna collection still here. Nothing has changed here. I did decide to only collect like the limited editions, all the albums for cards, but for keeping albums, I only will keep the limited editions except for not mix and match, for Odd Eye Circle, because Cherry is my bias, and so I kept all of those, but I got rid of my limited editions for everything else, or I'm in the process of doing that. Golden Child is still here. Rocket Punch has moved up here, and then this is like very out of order, so yeah, but VIX moved over here just because they're not really gonna grow for a while, and I have 101 here as well, and they're not gonna grow for a while, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up reorganizing this. I'm not like 100% happy with it, but yes. And then down here I have NCT, which originally where I put 17 in the other room is where I had NCT originally. I was like, I'll move NCT, and then I didn't like the way it looked, so I moved them back to this shelf. But I have my Super M Lucas album. He is my overall bias in NCT, and then I have my smaller albums here for Super M and NCT. And then I'm just gonna move Lucas for a second so we can see the rest of this. I have my NCT light stick and my Super M light stick, and then I have the last VIX album here, and then all of my NCT albums, not really in any particular order, kind of in a sort of order, I don't know. And then I have ITZY. I fully collect ITZY, so that's fun. And then I have ATEEZ, and I haven't put my new albums up here yet, but that's like gonna be the end of the shelf. And ITZY are having a comeback, so I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but we will figure it out. And then see, I downsized, but I still have no room. It's very weird. And then down here I have my TXT collection, my Stray Kids light stick, my GOT7 and Stray Kids collection, my G-Dragon album. That was the album that got me into K-pop, so like obviously have to own it. And then here are my SF9 albums, and then behind SF9, here, let me move this, I have Cross Gene and Gugudan, two groups. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep collecting them. I haven't really made a decision yet. And then I have my JBJ albums, not focusing, but I have my JBJ albums. I have one copy of each of their 3 albums. And then Baekhyun's City Lights, my Semina album. And then this is Leo's album. I don't know why it's down here. Probably because this is where I put all the like really large random things. So I have like Regulate, Johnny's version, and then the LP back when I thought I wanted to collect those. But yes, so I haven't put my new SF9 albums here either, but I will. Thankfully, those were small albums. Oh, and then this horse is here. It used to hold up albums, and now it's like not needed anymore. I don't know why it's still here. And then that's my selfie stick. It doesn't work anymore. I don't know why it's still there. I'm a hoarder, I guess. Okay, so yeah, that is everything, I think. But yeah, that was what my collection looks like. If you looked behind me right now, you would see piles of albums that I'm selling. It's not a cute look, but if you are interested in what I'm selling, go ahead and look on my trade and sale Instagram at 19trades. I'm only selling albums within the United States, but I'm selling them pretty cheap because I kind of just want to like send them to new homes. I'm not looking to make a profit here. But yeah, that is it for this shelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. This probably will be the last one of 2020, but honestly, who knows? Because yes, I think like I said, I'm still debating a couple of groups. Oh, I also am still debating if I want to keep collecting BAP and Lovelies. I don't have their albums up for sale. They're just like hanging out. I'm debating those 2 groups, but we'll see. I don't know where I would put them though if I kept collecting them. I'd probably make a second row here and move some groups from down here, or like, I don't know, move some more active groups. Like I would like to move like SF9 maybe up here because they make fairly frequent comebacks and they're like one of my top groups, next to Golcha, and then move like 101 and J1 and like VIX down here. I don't know, I could mess with this literally all day, like literally could mess with this for hours, but that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.